What do we fear more, the darkness of an unknown forest or the darkness within the soul of someone who appears harmless? Mare Bello Fiore, the shy guardian of the 6th floor of the Great Tomb of Nazarick, is one of those enigmatic figures that challenge our most basic perceptions. At first glance, Mare may seem like a fragile and timid child, hiding behind his sister Aura. But behind this facade lies immense power, an absolute mastery over nature, and unwavering loyalty to the supreme being, Ains Ulgaun. But how can someone who appears so fragile and submissive conceal such power and determination? Mare is a contradictory figure, someone who outwardly appears shy and insecure, but inwardly possesses devastating strength and an unparalleled capacity for destruction. He is living proof that appearances can be deceiving. Created to be the opposite of his sister, Mare does not have Aura's dominant and confident behavior, but this does not make him any less lethal. His shyness is just a mask, a tool to deceive those who underestimate him. Within the Great Tomb of Nazarick, he is seen as a loyal ally and an effective enforcer of Ain's orders. Outside of it, he is often mistaken for a fragile girl, a fatal error for those who underestimate him. Mare's appearance is another element that contributes to this duality. With his dark skin and pointed ears, he exhibits the typical features of a dark elf, but his blue dragon leather outfit, combined with an embroidered vest and forest green cape, further confuses perceptions. He is a visual enigma, a figure that seems vulnerable and even delicate, but who carries immense power and the ability to manipulate nature around him in impressive ways. This contrast between appearance and reality makes Mare a fascinating character, a being who, despite his facade of fragility, is capable of acts of extreme brutality when necessary. However, what truly defines Mare is his unconditional loyalty to Ains Ulgaun. Despite his shy and hesitant behavior, Mare never questions Ain's orders. He is deeply devoted, to the point of becoming emotionally distressed at the thought of disappointing his master. This devotion is reflected not only in his actions, but also in his personality. Mare is someone who feels deeply, who intensely cares about Ain's opinion, and who is willing to do anything to ensure his master's satisfaction. This blind loyalty, combined with his incredible capacity for destruction, makes Mare a paradoxical figure. While he is vulnerable, he is also one of the most dangerous beings in the Great Tomb of Nazarick. What makes Mare even more intriguing is the complexity of his interactions with the other inhabitants of Nazarick. Despite being submissive towards his sister and the other floor guardians, Mare demonstrates a deep understanding of the emotions and motivations of those around him. He notices when his sister is in a bad mood and acts accordingly to avoid conflict. He also shows empathy and appreciation for the hard work of the New World servants, praising the lizardmen for their loyalty to his master. This emotional sensitivity, combined with his destructive nature, makes Mare an incredibly complex character, someone who defies expectations at every turn. But then, how do we reconcile these two facets of Mare? How can someone be, at the same time, so vulnerable and so powerful? This duality is what makes Mare one of the most intriguing characters in Nazarick. He is not just a warrior, nor just a loyal servant. He is a blend of both, a being who navigates between emotional fragility and brutal strength with unsettling ease. The real question is, to what extent is Mare aware of this duality within himself? And if he is indeed aware, how does he deal with this reality? In a world where power and loyalty are the most valuable currencies, Mare Bello Fiore stands out as an enigmatic figure, a mystery that challenges conventions and makes us question our own perceptions of strength, loyalty, and identity. Ultimately, the true question we must ask is, could Mare, with all his power and complexity, be a threat we fail to see? Or is he, in fact, the guardian of Nazarick's true nature, a force that, though disguised, is essential to preserving everything the supreme beings have created? And so, as we conclude this reflection on Mare Bello Fiore, we are left with one final question. If even the shyest and seemingly frail of the guardians can hide such overwhelming power, what else could be hidden within the depths of the Great Tomb of Nazarick?